Chapter 9. Each week, another layer of neurotic fears and anxieties was stripped away from Catherine. Each week, she appeared a bit more serene, a bit softer and more patient. She was more confident, and people were drawn to her. Catherine felt more loving, and others gave love back to her. The inner diamond that was her true personality was shining brilliantly for all to see。就是说，一周以后，这个 Catherine 的病情逐渐的在好转，就是她的状态恢复的很快。Catherine's regression spanned millennia, and she entered a hypnotic trance. I had no idea where the threads of her lives would emerge. From prehistoric caves to ancient Egypt to modern times, she had been there, and all of her lives had been lovingly overseen, somewhere beyond time, by the masters. In today's session, she emerged in the 20th century, but not as Catherine. I see a fuselage and an airstrip, some kind of airstrip, she whispered softly. 就是 Catherine 她的这些前世的追溯跨越了几千年，就是从山洞里到古埃及到现代，就是在每一世她都是有这个主灵，有这些masters 在照看她。今天的这个催眠的这个时段，它是进入了20世纪。Do you know where it is? I can't see. Alsatian? Then more definitely. Alsatian. In France? I don't know, just Alsatian. I saw the name von Max. Von Max. Some type of brown helmet and a hat with goggles on it. The troop has been destroyed. It appeared to be a very remote area. I don't think there's a town nearby. What do you see? I see buildings destroyed. I see buildings. The land is torn up from bombings. There's a very well-hidden area. What are you doing? I'm helping them with the wounded. They are carrying them away. Look at yourself. Describe yourself. Look down and see what you are wearing. I have some type of jacket on it. I have hair. I have blue eyes. My jacket is very dirty. There are many wounded people. Are you trained to help with the wounded? No. Do you live there or were you brought there? Where do you live? I don't know. About how old are you? 35. Catherine himself was 29, and she had hazel eyes, not blue. I continued the question. Do you have a name? Is it on the jacket? There are wings on the jacket. I'm a pilot, some type of pilot. You fly the airplanes? Yes, I have to. Who makes you fly? I'm in service to fly. That's my job. Do you drop the bombs too? We have a gunner on the plane. There's a navigator. What kind of plane do you fly? Some type of chopper plane. It has 4 propellers. It's a fixed wing. I was amused because Catherine knew nothing about airplanes. I wondered what she would think fixed wing meant. But like the making of butter or the embalming of the diseased, under hypnosis she possessed a vast store of knowledge. Only a fraction of his knowledge, however, was available to her everyday conscious mind. I pressed on. Do you have a family? They're not with me. Are they safe? I don't know. I'm afraid they will come back. My friends are dying. Who are you afraid will come back? The enemy. Who are they? The English. The American Armed Forces. The English. Yes, do you remember your family? Remember it. There's too much confusion. Let's go back in the same lifetime, back to a happier time, before the war. The time with your family back at home. You can see that. I know it's hard, but I want you to relax, try and remember. Catherine paused and then whispered, I hear the name Eric. Eric. I see a blonde haired child, a girl. Is that your daughter? Yes, it must be. Margot. Is she close to you? She's with me. We're on a picnic. The day is beautiful. Is anyone else there with you besides Margot? I see a woman with brown hair sitting on the grass. Is she your wife? Yes, I don't know her, she added, referring to a recognition of someone in Catherine's present lifetime. Do you know Margot? Look at Margot closely. Do you know her? Yes, but I'm not sure how. I knew her from somewhere. It will come to you. Look into her eyes. It's Judy, she answered. Judy was presently Catherine's best friend. There had been an instant rapport at their first meeting, and they had become true friends, implicitly trusting each other, knowing the other's thoughts and needs before they were verbalized. Judy? I repeated. Yes, Judy. She looks like her. She smiles like her. Yes, that's good. Are you happy at home, or are there problems? There are no problems. Yes, yes, it's a time of unrest. There is a problem deep in the German government, the political structure. Too many people want to move in too many directions. Too many people want to move in too many directions. It will eventually tear us apart. But I must fight for our country, for my country. Do you have strong feelings for your country? I dislike a war. I feel it is wrong to kill, but I must do my duty. Go back now, back to where you were, to the plane on the ground, and the bombings, and the war. It's later. The war has started. The English and the Americans are dropping bombs near you. Go back. Do you see the plane again? Yes. Do you still have the same feeling about duty and the killing and the war? Yes, we will die for nothing. What? We will die for nothing, she repeated in a louder whisper. Nothing? Why for nothing? Is there no glory in it? No defense of your land or your loved ones? We will die for defending the ideas of a few people, even though they were the leaders of your country. They can be wrong, she quickly cut me off. They are not leaders. If they were leaders, there would not be so much internal strife in government. Some people call them mad. Does this make sense to you? Power crazy? We must all be mad to be driven by them, to allow them to drive us, to kill people, and to kill ourselves. Have you any friends left? Yes, there are still some alive. Are there any that you are particularly close to? In your airplane crew? Are your gunner or your navigator still alive? I don't see them, but my plane wasn't destroyed. Do you fly again in the plane? Yes, we must hurry to get the remaining aircraft off the street before they return. Go into your plane. I don't want to go. It was as if she could negotiate with me, but I must to get it off the ground. It is so senseless. What kind of profession did you have before the war? Do you remember? What did Eric do? I was second in command on a small plane, some plane flying cargo. So you were a pilot then too? Yes. That took you away from home a lot, she answered very softly, wistfully. Yes. Go ahead in time, I instructed, to the next flight. Can you do that? There's no next flight. Does something happen to you? Yes. Her breathing was accelerating, and she was becoming agitated. She had gone ahead to the day of her death. What is happening? I'm running from the fire. My party is being torn apart by the fire. Do you survive this? Nobody survives. Nobody survives a war. I am dying. Her breathing was heavy. Blood. Blood is everywhere. I have pain in my chest. I've been hit in my chest and my leg and my neck. It's so much pain. She was in agony, but soon her breathing slowed and became more regular. Her facial muscles relaxed and a look at peacefulness came over her. I recognized the calm of the transition state. You look more comfortable. Is it over? She paused, then answered very softly. I'm floating away from my body. I have no body. I am in spirit again. 这个一整段就是描述了他在这一世好像是回到了二战的在法国，但是他是属于德军的一个战斗机的飞行员。然后这个医生让他先回到他战前的那个状态，他家庭的一些生活。然后他在那里就发现了一个跟他现在这一世有一个比较相似的人，叫朱迪。然后朱迪在那一世叫 Margot， 是一个小女孩。然后他又回到这个就是战争这个时候，就是他最后是登上那个飞机，然后那个飞机被炸掉，在空中被炸掉，然后他就葬身火海。然后在最后的在他当战斗机飞行员之前，他是一个小的那个货运飞机的一个司机，不是司机，那个飞行员。他最后就是就是同样的，就是他的这个灵魂就是离开了身体嘛，就飘走。然后 good rest. You've had a difficult lifetime. You went through a difficult death. You need to rest, restore yourself. What did you learn from that lifetime? 他现在反正已经进入到 spirit 的这种 state， 这种状态，他就说：“那你休息一下，你在这一世学到了什么？” I learned about hate, senseless killing, misdirected hate. People who hate and they don't know why. We are driven to it by the evil when we are in physical state. Is there a higher duty than duty to the country? Something that could have prevented you from killing, even if you were ordered? A duty to yourself? Yes, but she did not elaborate. Are you waiting for something now? Yes, I'm waiting to go into a state of renewal. Renewal. I must wait. They will come for me. They will come. Good. I would like to talk with them when they come. We waited for several more minutes. Then, abruptly, her voice was loud and husky, and the original master spirit, not the poet's master, was speaking. 就是他进入这个 spirit 状态的时候，他就问了他说你在这一世学到了什么？他说他学到了关于仇恨，关于就是无感的杀戮，关于这些就是被误导的恨，就是人们会去恨，而且不知道没有什么原因，他们也不知道什么原因的去恨。就是这些仇恨是被，当你在肉身的时候是，好像是被魔鬼去驱使到那个状态。然后他就说，那有没有一个更高一层的 duty， 就是责任，能够让你违背你的对国家的忠诚的责任？就是那个责任会不会让你不去杀戮？即使别人命令你，你作为军人你要去杀戮，你自己有没有一个忠于你自己的一个责任？他说有，但是他没有详细的去展开。然后他说你是不是现在在等那个 master？ 他说是的，在等。然后他们就等了几分钟，后来那个就是主灵啊，那个 master spirit 来了。因为他这里面前面提到好几个 master， 其中有一个是会写诗的 master， 那个他要称为 poet master， 诗人 master， 这个是就是 master spirit， 就是那个可能在那个 master 的总管嘛，就是主灵。主灵开始说话。You were correct in assuming this is a proper treatment for those in the physical state. You must eradicate the fears from their minds. It is a waste of energy when fear is present. It stifles them from fulfilling what they were sent here to fulfill. Take your cues from your surroundings. They must first be put into a level very, very deep, where they no longer can feel their body. Then you can reach them. It's only on the surface that the trouble lies. Deep within their soul, where the ideas are created, that's where you must reach them. Energy, everything is energy. So much is wasted. Mountains, inside the mountains, it's quiet, it's calm at the center, but on the outside is where the trouble lies. Humans can only see the outside, but you can go much deeper. You have to see the volcano. To do it, you have to go deep inside. To be in physical state is abnormal. When you are in spiritual state, that is natural to you. When we are sent back, it's like being sent back to something we don't know. It will take us longer. In the spirit world, you have to wait, and then you are renewed. There is a state of renewal. It's a dimension like the other dimensions, and you have almost succeeded in reaching that state. 这是这个主灵给他讲的一段话，就是说，他首先肯定说，他在这个物理状态，或者说我们说肉身的这个状态，他对他们的处理 proper treatment， 就是对这个，比方说 Catherine 的治理是正确的。说你必须要从他们的这个心智里面把恐惧给消除掉、根除掉。就是如果恐惧在的话，这是一种能量上的浪费，就是它会阻止你去完成你本来应该到今生应该去完成的任务。就是你必须要 进入到一个非常深的一个层次，就是在那个很深的层次，就是说你不会再感知到你的身体、你的肉体。如果你达到了，因为在表面上所有的这些，嗯，所有的这些烦恼、这些苦恼 troubles，都是在表面上的，就是在灵魂的深处，就是在呃这些 ideas 产生的地方，必须要进入到那个灵魂的深处，必须要进入到那个地方，就是一切都是能量，有那么多能量都被浪费了。就是比方说他举说像山，在山的里面其实是非常平静的、宁静的，但是在外面就是所有的山的表面，就是所有的这些烦恼所依存的地方。就是我们普通人其实只能看到外面，只能看到山的外面，就是你必须要深入到山的里面，必须要进到火山的里面，然后才能够看到最深的地方。就是在物理的状态，在我们这个肉身的状态，实际上是一种异常的现象。当你在灵性的状态的时候， spiritual state 的时候，那个才是你真正自在的你。当我们从这个灵性的状态被送回到这个物理状态的时候，就是其实是一种陌生的感觉，就是你需要很长的时间才能够重新认识这个物理状态的你。在灵的世界，你必须要等待你的所谓的这个下意识。然后他告诉这个医生说 "You have almost succeeded in reaching that state"， 就是说这个医生快要达到那个状态。This caught me by surprise. How could I be approaching the state of renewal? I have almost reached it, I asked incredulously. Yes, you know so much more than the others. You understand so much more. Be patient with them. They don't have the knowledge that you have. Spirits will be sent back to help you, but you are correct in what you are doing. Continue. This energy must not be wasted. You must get rid of the fear. That will be the greatest weapon you have. 这是主灵开始直接对他指示，就是说，他说你已经知道的比常人多很多了，你也理解了很多，你要对他们要有耐心，他们并没有你所拥有的这些知识，然后还会有其他的灵会来帮助你。你现在做的这个事情的方式是正确的，你只需要继续就行。就是这种能量，你不应该浪费它，你必须要消除恐惧。That will be the greatest weapon. 就是当你能够消除恐惧的话，这就是你最大的、最重要的武器。The master spirit was silent. I pondered the meaning of this incredible message. I knew I was successfully getting rid of Catherine's fear, but this message had a more global meaning. It was more than just a confirmation of the effectiveness of hypnosis as a therapeutic tool. It involved even more than past life regressions, which would be difficult to apply to the general population one by one. No, I believe it concerned the fear of death, which is the fear deep within the volcano. The fear of death, that hidden, constant fear that no amount of money or power can neutralize. This is the core. But if people knew that life is endless, so we never die, we were never really born, then this fear would dissolve. If they knew that they had lived countless times before and would live countless times again, how reassured they would feel. If they knew that spirits were around to help them while they were in physical state, and that after death, in spiritual state, they would join these spirits, including their deceased loved ones. How comforted they would be if they knew that guardian angels really did exist. How much safer they would feel if they knew that acts of violence and injustice against people did not go unnoted, but had to be repaid in kind in other lifetimes. How much less anger and desire for vengeance they would harbor. And if indeed by knowledge we approach God, of what use are material possessions or power when they are an end in themselves and not a means to that approach? To be greedy or power hungry has no value whatsoever. 这一大段是这个作者或者这个医生他自己的感悟，就是他在思考说，这个是主灵对他的肯定，不光是对他这种就是催眠术作为一种治疗手段的一个肯定，最主要的是说，这个可能已经超越这个前世追溯的这个领域，因为这种催眠啊、前世追溯，这个是，只能就不太可能对于公众来实施嘛，因为你需要一个一个的来做。然后他觉得这个核心的，我们的恐惧的核心的东西是对死亡的恐惧。就这一点，就是像主灵说的那个是 deep within the volcano，就是在一个火山的深处，我们的恐惧的来源就是对死亡的恐惧。就是这个对死亡的恐惧是你用金钱和权力不能够来弥补的。但是如果人们意识到说，就是生命或者 life is endless， 就是这个是没有边际的、永恒的，就是说我们其实是从来没有死过，我们也从来没有真正的生过，那这种恐惧就会消失。如果我们知道，就是说我们在之前曾经活过无数世了，然后在未来我们还会有无数世再活下去，所以说这个灵是没有生也没有死，而且这个灵一直都是存在的。那如果我们能够认识到这一点的话，那我们就对死亡就不会有恐惧。就是当我们生的时候，我们就是在这种物理的状态、肉身的状态；当我们死了以后，我们就是在一个灵的状态。那如果你知道你进入灵的状态的时候，你甚至可能看到以前那些过世的你所爱过的人，然后那你的心里会有极大的慰藉。如果每一个人都知道我们的守护天使真的是存在的，那我们就会有很大的安全感，就不会有恐惧。 如果我们知道说，如果我们做的所有的暴力以及不公正的事情，对其他人不公正的事情，都是会有报应的，甚至在其他事会有报应，那么我们就会减少一些愤怒以及对 vengeance 是 desire for vengeance，这个我不知道这个词什么意思，就是我们的愤怒就会减少吧，然后包括那种对什么的欲望。如果我们真的是靠知识来接近上帝的话， by knowledge we approach God， 那我们的这些物质上所拥有的东西，或者权利或者钱，那还有什么用呢？那我们还要去贪求，或者说不管是贪财也好，还是贪图权利也好，那还有什么价值呢？ But how to reach people with this knowledge? Most people recite prayers in their churches, synagogues, mosques, or temples, prayers that proclaim the immortality of the soul. Yet, after worship is over, they go back into their competitive roots, practicing greed and manipulation and self-centeredness. These traits retard the progress of the soul. So if faith is not enough, perhaps science will help. Perhaps experience such as Catherine's and mine need to be studied, analyzed, and reported in a detached, scientific manner by people trained in the behavioral and physical science. Yes, at this time, writing a scientific paper or a book was the furthest thing from my mind, a remote and the most unlikely possibility. I wondered about the spirits who would be sent back to help me. Help me do what? 就是他刚才讲的这一些知识，这些知识如何能够让很多的人能够传播给很多人呢？就是很多人他们去祈祷，他们不管是在教会里祈祷，还是在犹太教的教堂里，还是在穆斯林的那个 mosque 里，还是在佛教的庙里面，他们就是祈祷说希望得到永生，希望逃脱六道轮回。但是在祈祷完了以后，他们又回到了平常日常的这些状态，继续的去贪求，继续的去操弄，继续的去以自我为中心的行为方式。这一些特征，这一些行为，都是阻碍了灵魂的进步，灵魂的发展。那如果说信仰，因为刚才谈到这些就是祈祷呀、信仰，不管哪一种宗教，如果信仰是不够的话，那科学是不是能够帮助？就是像他和他的病人 Catherine 他们俩经历的这些东西，是不是可以用科学的方法来研究、来分析，然后报道，然后就是发表在一些以一种科学的方式发表出来，就是能够让这些在行为科学以及物理科学的人能够去看到。所以他就认为，哎，这个要写一篇文章或者要写一本书，是开始有了这个念头。然后因为前面那个主灵告诉他会有其他的灵会被派来帮助他，他说啊，那什么样的灵会派来帮助他，然后会帮助他做什么样的事情，这是他自己的想法。Catherine stirred and began to whisper. Someone named Gideon. Gideon, he's trying to talk to me. What does he say? He's all around. He won't stop. He's some type of guardian, something, but he's playing with me now. Is he one of your guardians? Yes, but he is playing. He is just jumping all around. I think he wants me to know he's all around me, everywhere. Gideon, I repeated. He's there. Does it make you feel safer? Yes, he will be back when I need him. Good. Are there spirits around us? She answered in a whisper from the perspective of her subconscious mind. Oh, yes, many spirits. They only come when they want to. They come when they want to. We are all spirits, but others, some are in physical state, and others are in a period of renewal, and others are guardians. But we all go there. We have been guardians too. Why do we come back to learn? Why can't we learn as spirits? Those are different levels of learning, and we must learn some of them in the flesh. We must feel the pain. When you are a spirit, you feel no pain. It's a period of renewal. Your soul is being renewed. When you are in physical state in the flesh, you can feel pain, you can hurt. In spiritual form, you do not feel. There's only happiness, a sense of well being. But it is a renewal period for us. The interaction between people in the spiritual form is different. When you are in physical state, you can experience relationships. I understand. It will be okay. She had become silent again. 嗯，OK，这一段第一次出现的，他说一个叫 Gideon 的，这个 Gideon 是好像是他的 guardian，就是那种守护神的 guardian angel，守护天使。然后他说：“那你是不是看到很多灵？”他说：“啊，其实我们都是灵了，只是有一些是在物理的状态，有一些是在就是中间等待的状态，还有一些就是这个守护神的状态。而我们其实以前都做过守护神或者守护天使。那他问他说，为什么我们必须要到这个人世上面来学习？为什么不能以在零的状态就学习？因为有不同层次的学习，有一些学习必须要在肉体里面才能够学习，因为肉体可以感受到痛苦。如果你在零的状态的话，那个是没有痛苦的状态，你感受不到痛苦。只有在肉体里你会受伤，你会感受到痛。在零的状态，那个就只有幸福感，只有一种好的感觉。在灵性的状态，就是零与零之间的交流的方式也是不一样的。只有在物理的状态，你可以经历这种亲密关系，那在零的状态可能是另外一种方式。I understand it will be okay. She had become silent again. Minutes passed. I see a carriage, she began. A blue carriage. A baby carriage. No, a carriage that you ride in. Something blue. A blue fringe on the top. Blue outside. Do horses pull the carriage? It has big wheels. I don't see anybody in it, but just two horses hitched to it. A gray one and a brown one. The horse name is Apple, and the gray one because he likes apples. The other one's name is Duke. They are very nice. They won't bite you. They have big feet. Big feet. Is there a mean horse too? A different horse? No, they are very nice. Are you there? Yes. I can see his nose. He's so much bigger than I am. Do you ride the carriage? By the nature of her response, I knew she was a child. There are horses. There's a boy too. How old are you? Very little. I don't know. I don't think I know how to count. Do you know the boy, your friend, your brother? He's a neighbor. He's there for some party. They're having a wedding or something. Do you know who is getting married? No, we were told not to get dirty. I have brown hair, shoes that button on the side, all the way up. Are these your party clothes? Good clothes? It's a white, some type of white dress with a something roughly over it, and it ties in the back. Is your house nearby? It's a big house, the child answered. Is that where you live? Yes. Good. You can look into their house now. It's okay. It's an important day. Other people will be dressed well, too, wearing special clothes. They're cooking food, lots of food. Can you smell it? Yes. They're making some type of bread, meat. We are told to go back outside again. I was amused at this. I had told her it was all right to go inside, and now she had been ordered out again. Do they call your name? Mandy. Mandy and Edward. Is he the boy? Yes. They won't let you stay in the house? No, they are too busy. How do you feel about that? We don't care, but it's hard to stay clean. We can't do anything. Do you get to the wedding later that day? Yes, I see many people. It's crowded in the room. It's hot, a hot day. There's a parson there. The parson's there with a funny hat, a big hat, black. It comes out over his face, quite a ways. Is this a happy time for your family? Yes. Do you know Who's getting married? Just my sister. Is she much older? Yes. Do you see her now? Is she wearing her wedding dress? Yes. Is she pretty? Yes. She has lots of flowers around her hair. Look at her closely. Do you know her from another time? Look at her eyes, her mouth. Yeah, I think she's Becky, but smaller, much smaller. Becky was Catherine's friend and co-worker. They were close, yet Catherine resented Becky's judgmental attitude and her intrusiveness into Catherine's life and decisions. After all, she was a friend, not family. But perhaps the distinction was now not so clear. She likes me, and I can stand near the front because she does. Good. Look around you. Are your parents there? Yes. Do they like you as much? Yes, that's good. Look at them closely. First, your mother. See if you remember her. Look at her face. Catherine took several deep breaths. I don't know her. Look at your father. Look at him closely. Look at his expressions, his eyes, and his mouth. Do you know him? He's Stuart. She quickly answered. So Stuart had surfaced once again. This was worth exploring further. What's your relationship with him like? I love him very much. He's very good to me, but he thinks I'm a nuance. Nuance. He thinks the children are nuances. Is he too serious? No, he likes to play with us, but we ask too many questions. But he's very good to us, except we ask too many questions. Does that sometimes annoy him? Yes, we must learn from the teacher, not from him. That's why we go to school to learn. That sounds like him talking. Does he say that to you? Yes. He has a more important thing to do. He must run the farm. Is it a big farm? Yes. Do you know where it is? No. Do they ever mention the city or the state, the name of the town? She paused, listening carefully. I don't hear that. She was silent again. Okay, do you want to explore more in this lifetime? To go ahead in time, or is this? She cut me off. This is enough. 这一段是描述他又进入了另一世的这个过程。在这一世好像没有什么特殊的东西，就是他好像在一个马车，一开始在马车里，这个马车是要去参加一个婚礼，然后这个马车是蓝色的，有两匹马拉的。然后他在这个婚礼上是认出了两个人，一个人是他现实生活中就是应该是长得比较像，叫 Becky 是他现实生活中一个比较好的朋友，以及同事，他们的关系是比较近的，但是这个 Catherine 是不太喜欢 Becky 的那种 judgmental attitude， 就是有点对别人评头论足的那种，以及他好像对于 Catherine 的生活或者做决定的时候，他好像有一种侵入到他的生活里面这种感觉。然后他看到他在那一世里的父亲其实是他现实生活中就是 Stuart 就是他在这一世里的这个情人。然后呢，他就问他这个 Stuart 这个他在那一世里的这个父亲跟他的关系怎么样？然后他说他这个父亲对他很好嘛，但是就是他经常问太多问题，然后他父亲其实说啊，你不要问那么多问题，你应该去学校里问老师，不是来向老师学知识，不是在我这里学知识。他的父亲应该是在经营一个大的农场，然后他在问他你这个农场是在哪里，是哪一个城市？然后他突然就掉线了。She cut me off，就是说 this is enough， 就是说这个够了，就应该就是从那时就断掉。During this entire process with Catherine, I had been reluctant to discuss her revelations with other professionals, actually except for Carol and a few others who were safe. I had not shared this remarkable information with others at all. I knew the knowledge from our sessions was both true and extremely important, yet anxiety about the reactions of my professional and scientific colleagues caused me to keep silent. I was still concerned with my reputation, career, and what others thought of me. My personal skepticism had been eroded by the proofs that week after week fell from her lips. I would often replay the audio tapes and re-experience the sessions, with all their drama and immediacy. But the others would have to rely on my experiences, powerful but nevertheless not their own. I felt compelled to gather even more data. 他记录了这么多东西，他不敢跟他的这个同事分享，他唯一敢分享就是他妻子，因为他妻子也是一个心理学方面的专家，然后他们一起参与过这个催眠的这个疗程。但是对于其他的同事，他不敢分享，因为这些其他同事这些都是专业的，或者说在学术训练出来的人，他还是比较担心他的荣誉啊，他的这个职业生涯啊。如果他真的把这些东西都说给他同事的话，可能别人都认为他疯了，说不定说你自己得了精神分裂了，就把你给那个送到精神病院去了。 但是他自己的这个怀疑是慢慢的是被消除掉的，因为通过这么一周又一周的这种催眠的这种东西，包括 Catherine 每一次告诉他的这些信息，然后他都录音录下来了嘛，他每次又要去重复的反复的听那些录音，就是他自己的怀疑是越来越少，但是他觉得如果只是这一些资料可能还不足以公开出来去跟别人分享，他需要更多的这个数据啊。这一章还有多久？还有多少？哦，就剩那就读完。As I gradually accepted and believed the messages, my life became simpler and more satisfying. There was no need to play games, to pretend to act out roles, or to be other than what I was. Relationships became more honest and direct. Family life was less confusing and more relaxed. My reluctance to share the wisdom that had been given to me through Catherine began to diminish. Surprisingly, most people were very interested and wanted to know more. Many told me of their very private experience of parapsychological events, whether ESP, déjà vu, out of body experience, past life dreams, or others. Many had never even told their spouse about their experiences. People were almost uniformly afraid that by sharing their experiences, others, even their own families and the therapists, would consider them odd or strange. Yet these parapsychological events are fairly common, much more frequent than people realize. It's only the reluctance to tell others about psychic occurrences that makes them seem rare, and the more highly trained are the most reluctant to share。就是他所接受的这些信息，对他自己的生活和心态也发生了很多变化，他的生活就变得简单了，更加容易满足了，更加满意了，因为就没有必要去演 play games 去演了，也不需要去装，你只要自己做自己就行，只要本色出演就行。就是他跟他太太的关系，亲密关系也变得更加直接，更加真诚。然后他的家庭生活也变得非常轻松。他本来以前是不敢去把他这些得到的讯息就分享给别人，分享给同事或者什么，但是他也发现，哎，其实很多人是对这种课题是很感兴趣的，是想知道更多的。然后很多人也会把他们个人的经历，就是关于这些有些灵性的或者通灵的这些，不管它是这个 ESP 就是 extrasensory perception，就是超然感知能力，或者说 déjà vu，就是那种 déjà vu 就是叫做不期而遇的那种感觉吧，好像是，回头再查。或者说这种 out of body experience，就是灵魂出窍的这种经历，或者包括对前世的这个梦，或者其他的，就是很多人都有这种经历，但是很多人其实这种经历都不敢告诉别人，不敢跟别人分享，甚至是他们的伴侣啊、他们的配偶啊，他们也不敢分享，他们的家庭成员他们也不敢分享，就每个人都还是害怕分享这些事情，因为如果你分享了，你说出去了，哎，对方或者说其他人可能觉得啊，你这个人怪怪的，很奇怪的人。但是这些通灵的这些事件，或者灵性接触的这些事件是非常普遍的，就是要比我们想象中的要普遍的多。只是说我们不愿意去告诉别人这些 通灵的事情，才让我们这个就是一个偏差了，才让我们觉得这个事情是非常罕见的。就是越是这种知识渊博，或者说在科学上受到严密训练的人，越是不愿意去分享。The respected chairman of a major clinical department at my hospital is a man who is admired internationally for his expertise. He talks to his diseased father, who has several times protected him from serious danger. Another professor has dreams that provide the missing steps or solutions to his complex research experiments. The dreams are invariably correct. Another well known doctor usually knows who is calling him on the phone before he answers it. The wife of a chairman of psychiatry at the Midwestern University has a PhD in psychology. Her research projects are always carefully planned and executed. She had never told anyone that when she first visited Rome, she moved through the city as if she had a roadmap imprinted in her memory. She unerringly knew what was around the next corner, although she had never been to Italy previously and did not know the language. Italians repeatedly approached her in Italian, continuously mistaking her for a native. Her mind struggled to integrate her experience in Rome. We OK，他就举了一些例子，就是在他的这些同事里，就是比方说这个有一个是，他们医院的一个主任，就是医院的一个科室的主任，他是在国际上是有很高声誉的一个人，他就说起说他过世的父亲曾经有几次保护他那个免于这种危险。另外一个教授说他在梦里在梦境中有获得很重要的那个关于有些很复杂的研究实验的一些重要的解决方案呢，或者说有一些是中间的 missing steps，就是有一些缺失的步骤啊什么，他都是在梦里被提供这些信息。就是每一次他这个梦里给他提供的信息都是正确的、准确的。还有一个非常有名的医生，他有一种特殊能力，就是说当别人给他打电话的时候，他在没接电话的时候，他就知道这个电话是谁打来的。然后这个是一个在中西部一个大学的那个心理学系的系主任的太太，其实他也有一个他也是心理学的博士，然后他的研究项目，他自己的研究项目通常都是那个中规中矩的去计划去实施啊。他也从来没有告诉过别人，就是说他第一次去罗马的时候，他在罗马的街头上行走，就感觉好像他的脑子里就有一个都认识这些路，他脑子里就像有一张地图一样，他就知道在那个拐角的拐过去那边是什么东西。但是他也从来没有去过意大利，他是个美国人嘛，然后他也不知道那意大利语，但是当地的那些意大利人就是就会主动跟他打招呼，就好像他是意大利人一样，然后大家都把他误认为是一个意大利人，然后那他就感觉很奇怪，就为什么他会在罗马会有那样的感觉。I understood why these highly trained professionals remained in the closet. I was one of them. We could not deny our own experiences and senses, yet our training was in many ways diametrically opposite to the information, experiences, and beliefs we had accumulated. So we remained quiet.